So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Jupiter in the ninth house in the sign of Sagittarius for Aries ascendant people. As in, what happens when Jupiter is in the ninth house in Sagittarius? Well, it also rules the 12th house. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this particular position, what sign it's in, nakshatra it's in, along with all your astrological details, check out the link here, curiousastrology.com, where you'll find my books, reports, consultations, and link to my academy, Magavid Astrology Academy, where you will find my Dasamsa chart in my Keras vlogs, and of course all my blank chart prediction course and everything else for that. So anyway, Jupiter in the ninth house in Sagittarius. Well, first of all, this is one of those quintessential, position of Jupiter that is very much admired, and it should be. Okay, it should be, because here you have done something really, really good in your past life to receive this particular Jupiter. And you will notice this particular one thing. You know when this Jupiter actually gives you a result? The moment children are born. Children's birth accelerate this person's life. And most definitely, this is one position. You will see your children, if let's say you grew up long enough to observe and see your grandfather, especially from paternal side. You knew his behavior, you knew his little peccadillos. And then when you were, let's say, 17, 18, passed away, okay? You will see your children will inhabit the same qualities, the habitual qualities of your paternal grandfather, somebody, even like an old uncle, right? By the time you're 18 or 20, uncles are naturally in their 60s, 70s, okay? Why? Because this is one of those positions that Jupiter blesses Pitris to come. And remember, we have Pitri Josha, right? And this particular position brings Pitrasukh. It's a Pitrasukh position, meaning Pitris get blessed to come in and to help you. And usually you will see, if let's say you have Jupiter in the sign of Sagittarius, right? And especially you will notice this if Jupiter is Vargottama, same sign of the birth as in Saptamsha. Okay. If it is, I'm not sure if it's, wait, that's Chaturtha Tamsa. Let's just say if it is. If let's say your Jupiter goes in Sagittarius, you will see your children will behave like your father and grandfather. That's the kind of relationship you'll have. At one point, you'll feel like they're your parent. The other thing with this Jupiter, we naturally see that this person becomes extremely good being a strategist. Because remember, who's Jupiter? Yes, it's the ninth lord of the father. And you inherit absolute behavior of the father. So a person becomes a natural strategist. Strategic person who will create friendships, network circles, because they know they will get something great from them. This person can extremely charm the hell out of people for them to grasp them, and especially to seek their help or guidance or some form of an advantage where such people can help them. You will also see with this particular Jupiter, their emotions are always hidden. They will not let you see them cry. They will not let you see them being emotional. They will always do it in private. Especially you will notice this behavior of the father. Somebody died, father was just fine. But if you ask your father now, when this person passed away, did you cry in private? Hopefully he can be open enough to tell you. The emotions are always hidden. The other thing you will see with this person, your father would have gotten into conspiracies and controversies related to giving donations. Giving money, or investing money. You would also see father never enjoys food when he goes to some foreign place. When he goes to some faraway place, or if let's say your father was to ever come to your in-laws' home and eat, he will always have bad experience with his food. Okay. On the other hand, one thing that becomes very important, if the Jupiter is retrograde, right? If the Jupiter is retrograde, then you will see that the person will have to do repeated efforts. First of all, to meet a guru, to attain higher education, repeated efforts to please the father. And you will see father would have had at least one or two backwards motions in life. Maybe he was doing business took a big back turn, then came back again. Now, retrograde Jupiter, not always it's going to do it, but if there's a malefic in the earth, except Ketu, because Ketu is not a malefic, but if there's a malefic in the earth, especially Rahu, a person can go from theist to atheist because of their experiences. And the reason why, you can have a debate with this type of a retrograde Jupiter person and you will not be able to win. Why? Because their experience, God is saying, or let's just say cosmos, the energies, this mysterious energies of the universe are saying this person is supposed to get such bad experiences through religion that they will never find their salvation under God. Like maybe they were so badly cheated through religion 2 or 3 times that they realized there's no such thing as purity in religion. Religion is man-made, religion is this, religion, and this is what happens. Like most of the people think of people like us and me as pseudoscientists, right? Charlatans and pseudoscientists. Why? Because their experience will not let them see that evidence. Like even if they came to me for a reading or went to K and Rao for a reading, they will find some flaw. They'll be like, or let's say they will only go on that day to the astrologer where astrologer's planetary alignment with their chart will not coincide. Something will go wrong. Maybe the best of the best astrologers, suddenly the software brought a new wrong ascendant in. These things happen. And this is why a retrograde Jupiter person should realize whether you had bad experiences with the father, professors, gurus, pundits, yogis. They weren't, there's no impurity in that. It's your experiences that is making you get such people. They're making you get such people. Like, for example, somebody's like, why do I have such a worst spouse in the world? Marriage is the worst thing. The people who write books, it's funny, I actually done reading of writers who have gone against marriage and doing this and that. Why? Because it was their experience. They do not think that marriage can be so fulfilling. Where if I was to write a book, I'm like, because of marriage, I have everything. Otherwise, I would have nothing. So you see these two polar opposite opinion comes into play. The other thing you will see, first of all, with retrograde Jupiter, it's always better to send your children to foreign lands. Far away. Now, let's say if you're in a country like US, you're born in California, send them to East Coast. Say, go live in East Coast. Go in New York, go Boston, go North Carolina, go live go far away. They do well. But usually with Jupiter, that person with direct Jupiter will have great blessings through children. Okay, and if Jupiter here becomes the Atma Karka, one will also be publishing things in their life. Which of course now I can as I'm talking to you right now, I can just, if I have Chat GPT, I can just publish something. Okay, it's published. These things don't have any importance anymore. Back 15 years ago, yes, they held a really strong importance. Okay, but publishing books and all that's not a big deal. Somebody who doesn't even have combinations can publish a book and prove astrology wrong. Though look, I just did self-publishing. So, of course, we have to update ourselves with the time and technology. Like, there's no such things, like so many profession and jobs have now literally become obsolete. Like, even if you look at editing, special effects, all these houses are going bankrupt in especially Hollywood. Like, I couldn't believe what a person on TikTok can do with some app on the phone versus the Marvel movie that you saw in 2010, like Iron Man. The graphics look so much better. I'm like, wow. In an instant, instead of rendering that frame by frame and doing all the 3D mapping, that's the world that we live in. Okay, but anyway, And then this Jupiter also blesses a person's health, person's honor, recognition. But yeah, the retrograde Jupiter will make you go through some hoops before you actually find something significant. And especially with retrograde Jupiter, I always say, in the sign of Sagittarius, go touch a guru's feet as much as, even if you're an atheist, go touch the feet of Guru. Let your life be blessed. Because, okay, so why is Jupiter retrograde? Have you thought about it? Why is Jupiter being retrograde? Because it's going back into the 8th house in Scorpio. Scorpio is 12th from the 9th house. You rejected touching the feet of a guru, or you couldn't touch the feet of a guru when you were supposed to in one of your lives, and now you have gotten this. So go finish and touch the feet of the guru so you can have transformation. Because 8th house is transformation, and it's not going to happen for retrograde Jupiter unless you touch the feet of a guru. Meaning, if you're direct Jupiter, you will naturally love that. Now, there's many scenarios with this Jupiter. Let's say Jupiter is hemmed between Rahu and Mars. Then this person will challenge gurus. They may believe in religion and God, but they'll challenge people. So these are different scenarios that I don't want to get into right now. I want to just keep it simple here. Okay. So anyway, guys, this is my analysis of Jupiter in the 9th house in Sagittarius. Again, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss this type of videos. Otherwise, we'll see you on Friday with special video. Thank you.